and Fridays is to always remind you of your health, your safety, and your environment.
I identified that there is water on the bundle for the generator. You understand? Okay, do we have the equipment to bail up the water? If we have the equipment and the manpower, okay, let's execute. At the end of the day, you go and review. Okay, what we did, is it right? Okay, what do we do to stop this water from happening? What? That's the reviewing what? Process. If you're
able to always identify before planning, will make our job easier for the day. Not always sitting for people to start reminding us or us.
Is deeonojas. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're coming across my video or my content, please consider subscribing, as this channel is all about lifestyle, beauty and vlogs. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how I taught my colleagues and my boss in a quarantine facility. So let's head into this video straight away, guys.
Christy, full meaning of HLC. Health, safety and environment, and that's why we're doing this Toolbox every Wednesday and every Friday. Your health first, your safety before your environment. Remember, anything you want to do or any action you want to put in your workplace and your health is down, you cannot do anything. If the safety is not there, no way, before your environment. So today, let's head back to this topic, how to improve ourselves in our various departments. Either you are in the housekeeping section, reception, kitchen, laundry and whatnot. So to improve ourselves, I have something sketched out here, which is 4 ways to know if we are improving, if we are moving forward or we are moving backward. Remember, the main aim of all our work that will be, the main aim of putting our work into play is to achieve a particular goal. Is to achieve a particular goal. So now I will start with identify. Identify. If you are not able to identify the problem around your department or the problem surrounding your environment, I don't think there is any way you can achieve it. So first, remember that in everything you need to do in your daily activities, you need to identify what you have to do. First, if you resume work in the morning, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to check, okay, what am I supposed to do? How is my environment? Like, okay, I think I need to do this to achieve our main aim of today. I need to do this, I need to do that. So if you, as a kitchen person, once you resume in the morning, the first thing you need to check everything you have. You need to check everything you have to make sure that your mise en plans and every other things are good. They are good to go with. Not when you start, when we are expecting lunch, you start running up and down. Storeman, I need this. GM, there's no this and that. You start putting different stress here and there. So identify what we're talking about. Secondly, that I have here, we have a plan. After you identify what you need to do, how do I achieve this? That's the next thing you should be thinking. This is, I need to clean this pool. Now, how do I achieve cleaning this pool? I need to meet up with guest lunch, dinner. How do I achieve it? That is the plan we are talking about. Plan ahead on what you need to do to achieve your target of the day. It is very important. It is very important. And why we are doing this every Wednesday and Fridays is to always remind you of your health, your safety, and your environment. If you have the reminder of that, once you identify, immediately I come to work, let me identify what to do. Next thing, I plan. You plan. Like our GM, Before we resume in the morning, I don't know how he managed to do that, but I pray one day I'll be a manager as well, or CEO.
Amen.
And before we resume, he has planned out everything we need to carry out. Sometimes as we are just resuming, he will just ask, who is here? Who is here? I'm here, sir. The other person is here. Okay, this is what you do, this is what you do. So if he did not identify, he cannot plan properly. Always make sure you identify the problem around you, what you need to do for us to achieve a certain goal. Then you plan how to what? To go with that issue. The housekeeping, the receptionist, the restaurant person, every other department. If you can be able to always identify before planning, will make our job easier for the day. Not always sitting for people to start reminding us or our superiors to start reminding us, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, this is how you need to do it. After plan, what's the next thing we're supposed to do? You execute. You execute what you've already planned. Now I have identified. Then I have planned. Now, how do I carry out? I carry out the issue. Once you're done with seeing your problem of the day or seeing your targets that you need to meet up of the day, and you've planned how you're going to meet up those targets, then you do what? You execute. You execute your plan. Identify, plan, and execute. Execute, another word for it is carry out your duty. Don't identify and wait to plan before you go to execute. Remember, this 4 chain I draw here work hand in hand. So execute it. Don't be waiting for Christine to come before I know I have to do what I need to do, or I need to wait for these persons to come. If you know what is the right thing to do at the right time for us to be able to achieve our main aim in the organization, you do it. You go ahead and do it. Nobody is going to blame you for doing the right thing, except if you're doing the right thing in the wrong way. And remember, we are all here to do what? To carry out the business of the day. So anytime you're in your office or once you're putting on your uniform, you should be able to know that as I'm here right now, I am here to work. So every other thing, I put it aside of me. So once you're done with your job for the day, 5 p.m. you close, you know, okay, I'm done for the day. The next day, you start identifying your plan before you execute. So after that, what's the next thing here? The next thing is review. Review. I have identified, I've planned towards it, and I've carried out those plans. The review now simply means, let me check everything that I planned for today, or everything that I identified, plan, and execute today. Did I meet up to my targets? Did I do it very well? Is it really what I want? I want this place to be sparkling clean. Is it really what I'm saying? That is the review. My mix and plan before I leave for the night persons to come and take over duty. Are they really ready? Okay, yes, there's salt here, there's Maggi here, everything. Review it. Not like when your colleagues are coming to take over, they start having issues of there's no bread roll, there's no this, there is no that. Remember the sweet cheese model we were always talking about? They said if for example, if I fail to do something, you should be able to do it to cover up the space so that we will not have those alignments. So this is how to improve ourselves daily. Let's always keep reminding ourselves that this 4 chain works together. You identify, you plan, you execute, and you review. If any of the department fail and you feel it's not me, it's not my department, or so, it has affected us already. If, for example, the kitchen persons now, we are having different complaints about our food and the rest of that, they're not going to say the kitchen person's food is bad. They're going to say Toa Hub food is bad. And of which, if you're a member of Toa Hub, if you're a staff of Toa Hub, be it any position that you are, that means we've all failed. And we should always know why we are here. Our customers are our #1 priority. Yes, But don't also forget the HLC, your health, your safety, your environment. As you're coming out of the day, are you looking clean? Are you looking neat? Are you good to go? Have you checked yourself in the mirror? Yeah, today I'm cool in presenting this, no matter the department that you are. Then what and what do I need to use? My PPE and the rest of that, your safety. That's why those things are put in place. Always make sure, especially the kitchen people, always make sure you wear your boots. Those PPE are there for you to be safe in terms of any occurrence in the future. Your safety, then your environment. Check everywhere. Okay, this is school, right? I can start work. Is there anything I need to notice and the rest of that? It's very important. And for some of us that will hear the fire alarm and still relax, please quit relaxing. Quit relaxing and quit jumping. Two things. We all know the incident of what happened the other day. And the incident was even about to reoccur again. It was God that stopped it from reoccurring. Yes. Because the fire alarm blew and Favor was receiving call with me in the reception. Favor jumped on Jesus. Mr. Alice stopped her like this. Everyone dropped the door. So please, always take care of your environment and remember what we are here to do. I always say, no matter how me and someone has grudges or we have issues, once I'm on my uniform, I drop those issues aside. I will make sure I talk to you as if we don't have any issue. Then once I finish, I pick up my issue and continue.
Issue where?
Health, safety, and environment. How to improve yourself. Christina, my question starts with you. In your today's daily activities, what have you identified? How have you planned towards that to execute before you review? Come again. I said, in your today's activities, what have you identified? How have you planned towards that? How do you execute it, and what is your review? Louder.
Okay. The first job description I did, first of all, we had a room to clean. That is the identification. I don't identify, say I get to clean 109.
Okay.
I planned towards it. I checked, there was no light. I went to call the electrician to fix the light. After fixing the light, I checked for the water, the running tap, because some of them do bring out this brownish color, like they rust something when you on the water first. So I made sure those ones flushed out first. Like I planned was get my tools, make sure they are complete. My air freshener, my morning fresh, my mop, my sweeping brush, make sure they are all complete. Then I execute. I start cleaning during the normal cleaning stuff. After cleaning, I checked the room again. That is review. I checked the room if it is clean enough, so the person coming in will not complain. Oh, I saw dust here, I saw millipede here. So I checked everywhere if they were properly, if it was properly kept. Then I'm sure to my own test it was okay. Then I called my honorable supervisor to come and check.
Okay, that's a good one. She identified, she planned, she executes, then she review. And I actually helped to review as well. And it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. Enoch.
Hi.
Good afternoon. So today, after taking my bath, I plan for the work. First, I think of the dirty bin.
Okay, you plan before you identify.
I don't know.
So you plan for your work.
Okay, identify first, right? Then before I plan on the dirty bin, took them out. After pouring it, after washing the dirty bin very well, you later gave me another work, which I did properly, cleaning the environment, picking dirty bin, all those, and that you later come and supervise the work, and you said, job well done, you will need to go and eat your lunch first. I said, thank you, my honorable supervisor. So, I believe you review it very well for me, and it was very okay. So that is for that. Thank you. Thank you.
But please, if you don't plan before you identify.
Okay.
Yes. And I find that most of us, the truth of the whole matter is that most of us in this facility, we don't go with these four things, because this topic was the topic I taught the last time. The truth is that the only person that has been identifying our major issues in this store is GM. No, that's the truth.
Yes, no, we lie.
Because even the one I came to tell you, it was GM that went around and said there are some plastic bottles and every other thing. Tell Enoch to do this. And of which is bad on my own side. Because I am supposed to identify, plan, execute, then review it. He's not supposed to remind me. And you on your own part, your review was bad? Yes. Really? Because you did not even review. So we're going back after now. Chef Shegun, please tell us how you can identify, plan, execute, and review in your department.
Good afternoon. This morning, first of all, when we resume in the morning, we try to identify this, that there is no protein available for the guests to use. What we do is just to make sure that the protein is available. I just rush to go and get the protein so that we can work on it, for we to plan ahead for the lunch. And after that, when they bring the docket, we review the number of the protein they request for. After that, we now plan it. And we still go back and review it again to confirm maybe we are doing the right one or the wrong thing, because the order comes different way. There's some people order for 2 protein, 1 protein. Sometimes we fry 3, meanwhile they need 5. We boil 3, meanwhile they need 10. We need to review and review for we to achieve the goal.
Yes. That is what you need to do. Review and review. When you come the next day, you start from square one, identify.
Can I ask?
So ask.
Okay, this is more like a work study. It is what is expected of each and every one of us. That when you come to work in the morning, you list the things that you want to tackle. You understand? That's the identification process. I take a walkabout. You understand? When you are taking a walkabout, your eyes are going for the wrong things. You don't check the right things. That is what's called supervision. You are identifying the wrong things. After that, you plan. Okay, what do I have for me to execute this thing that way?
You have identified.
Do I have those things in the store? Do I have the right number of staff on duty? Do I have this? Before you execute what? After executing this, you have carried out what you planned what to do. At the end of the day, you review. Are you getting me? Okay, I identified that there is water on the boundary for the generator. You understand? Okay, do we have the equipment to bail up the water? If we have the equipment or the manpower, okay, let's execute. At the end of the day, you go and review. Okay, what we did, is it right? Okay, what do we do to stop this water from happening? What? That's the reviewing what? Process. If you failed to bail it out, okay, you review, okay, we try to use a machine to bail out the water. It did not work out. What other option do we have? Are you getting me?
Yes.
It's just like when you go into the kitchen in the morning, you identify the wrong things. Okay, we only have 3 types of meat. We don't have goat today. You understand? Okay, so how do we plan for our lunch? Are you getting me?
Yes.
After planning for your lunch, okay, this is, you issue out your lineup, you issue out everything to the what? To the waiters. You execute, you do your cooking. At the end of the day, you review. Okay, this is what we did today. What went wrong? Plenty guests wanted goat meat and we did not have, because what? We did not identify that we did not have goat meat on time. So when you are reviewing, you correct all those things that you didn't get what?
Right.
So that those things do not happen what? The next
Again.
day. So that the next day you are identifying a different what? Issue. It's not good for you to continuously identify the same problem each and every day.
Time.
It is only a fool who keeps on doing the same thing, expecting a different one.
Result.
I hope I'm clear.
You are very
Yes,
clear,
sir. You're very fine.
Okay. I think our GM has
Concluded
break
it.
down to our understanding. But we can't end this without the restaurant business. Sonny, please help us with identify, plan, execute, and review how you have done that for today as a job well done.
Good day, one.
Okay, first of all, when you resume in the morning, you count your drinks and your stock. You check your stock if they are balanced. And after that, you go to the kitchen or you check your handling of
Shift to
notes
this.
and check what the previous those working at maybe morning or night would. Then from there, you go to the kitchen to see if they have any late breakfast. Then you follow it up very well. While you're doing that, since maybe you will be 2 or 3 on duty, you assign 1 or 2 persons to handle that. Then others will bring out drinks. After that, we bring out our plates. We polish the plates and the spoons, wrap the spoons, the cutleries, and drop in the right place. Then after doing all those things, we call for lunch. After calling for lunch, you send your docket to the kitchen for them to start preparing, doing their mixing plan for lunch. Then, since our lunch time starts from 11:30 or 12 o'clock, you still go back to the kitchen to inform them to start preparing the lunch. Then after that, we will serve our guests. While we are serving, any plate we see upstairs, we bring them down to the pantry. Then after doing that, we will clear the crumbs from each plate to the bin and arrange the plates, the dinner plate, the soup bowl, and what have you. Then after doing that, we'll still come back, count our drinks. Okay, call our guests for dinner. Then after doing that, we count the drinks, then write our handing over and make sure the restaurant is well arranged. Now, anything we see that is bad, we need to iron it among ourselves and try to correct ourselves the next day so that it will not repeat itself again, or by reviewing it. If, for example, you come and the restaurant is unkept, maybe the shift you came to take over from did not arrange it the way it's supposed to be. It's for you to tell them, this is how and how you're supposed to arrange your restaurant, or arrange when you're on duty. Clean the place, make sure there's no pieces of papers on the floor or sand. Make sure you clean them and clean the marbles with our window lane. So after that, we wait for the next shift to come take over from us, and we must wait for them to count, to check stock before you leave.
Thank you. So like James said, it's only the food that will be identifying the same thing every day. So once you identify, plan, execute, and lastly what I want to say is let's all be our brother's keeper. Like I said, if one person failed, we all have failed. That's the truth. And if one person passed, we all have passed. Because when they want to say, they're not going to say faith did this. They want to say Toa custodian. Because if you check currently now, when the guests are giving recommendation, especially about the kitchen persons, they are not really calling any of them because they don't even know them. But they normally say Toa Hub has improved, or Toa Hub has done this. So if one fail, everyone fail. If one pass, everyone pass. So I'm going to stop here and ask, is there any question or contribution anybody have to add to us? Okay. Sonny have a
bar or some which bar corrected me.
Yeah.
Now you know how to handle it. So that is just the way forward. If you continue like that, there's no how we'll go back, rather we'll be going forward. Because the more we learn from people, that's how we grow. But if you say, you are the boss lady, the boss sir, or the boss, there's no how you grow. So if A corrects you in a particular thing, and B also corrects you in another thing, take the correction, add it to what you know, and you grow. So that's my own contribution.
okay. Any other contribution? Okay, Charles. Good afternoon, Charles.
Actually, when you were teaching, you made mention of the first alarm,
Okay.
which each and every one of us know about it. To the extent when it rings, some of us took it. Some of us will not take it as if something is happening. And I just want to make an appeal to the management because that thing, the alarm was installed in order to identify, to signal to the staff or even the guests that there is something wrong somewhere. So I just want to make an appeal if they can fix it in a way that it will not say this. There is one music that an woman sang, said a little child.
Okay.
Always scare people. Sometimes you say, oh, come and help me, come and help me, lion is coming to pick me up. People will come, when they come, they will not see lion.
Alarm is this. You are not even supposed to know if it's false or not false. An alarm can be triggered in a facility or in an organization to test, I think, for drilling, to enable the management to know if the staffs or if the staffs in the facility are aware or are, I don't know how to put it. Yes. So if an alarm, if an emergency alarm rings like that, first, please don't take it as if it's what you've been hearing. It might not be false. Because like the last one that happened that a man was trapped there, it was not false. But I feel he was even assuming that it was false alarm. So you don't know when the real one will even happen. Even if the management should fix it now, if it's false, so don't be too relaxed. I'm begging you people, please. Like I said it the other day, I love what Christina did. There was a day I was coming to 101, I think she was cleaning 101. The next time I came, Christina was not there, she was at the start point. I said, what happened? She said the emergency alarm. I didn't even hear it, that's the truth. And when we checked, they said it was a false alarm and the rest of that. But first, safety, your health first. You won't know when the real one will happen. And that's why we're always treating this HLC topic every Wednesday and Fridays. Sir, please.
It's not a false alarm. Let me repeat.
Okay.
The guys who came to check the fire alarm. You know, the fire alarms, they come in different ways. There are those fire alarms that get looped on each other that can identify a particular room once there is smoke or there is fire. This, the alarm system that we have, this one only tells you the zone. So if somebody smokes in 105, it triggers. Even though the person is just smoking, there is no fire. So don't assume it's not a what? You understand? It is sense that somebody is smoking, though there is no fire. So don't assume, say, why we are saying it's false, it's because there is no fire. But somebody is actually what? Smoking. Are you getting me? So it's not something we can stop because it's how it is programmed. Once it senses smoke, it triggers. You understand? Why we call it false? It's because there is no actual what? Fire. But it has sensed what? Smoke. So they've tried to put a delay. You understand? But still, once a person continues to smoke, it will still what? Trigger. So you people, you should consider it as what? Emergency. Because these guys, they are not allowed to smoke, but they are still what? Smoking in their rooms. We keep on telling them. You understand? But they keep on abusing. If you check in all these rooms, once they've checked out, check their bathrooms, you have seen them.
Yes.
All of them are smoking.
Yes.
You understand? So it's not a false alarm. Are you people getting me?
Yes.
Yes. So it's not something that you can, the only way you can start is by totally switching it off, which is alright. The day there is fire. You understand? The only advantage is that if a person is smoking, if you switch it off after some time, because when a person smokes, it will quickly what? Disappear. But if it is real fire, the moment you switch it off, it will pick again. It will not. You understand? That's when you discover that it's only what? It's a person smoking. Like when there was fire this time, the moment you press it, it will trigger. It will not.
Stop.
Are you people getting me?
Yes, sir.
So treat it as what? Emergency. You understand? We are trying to plead with the guests for them to stop smoking in their rooms. But yes, so we are trying to find a way. We are negotiating with sheriffs so that at least they can tell their people to stop smoking in what? In their rooms.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
let me tell you something, please. I'm going to talk about it. Say, when the chef, when the bathroom, when the chef, the best sometimes.
Okay, sir.
So, this of is, I don't know how to call it. It's depend one of the sensitive place or power place. If I should go and reason it. So, but the topic and let me emphasize on the kitchen here. Because they need to touch them seriously. Because I'm seeing that they're not planning. They don't plan. They don't review. They don't get it away. When they break it away, they see they continue doing that. Let's do it so that they are not planning.
Okay.
They don't plan.
So are you
What they
hearing
do is
what
that
saying?
when they break, whatever they see them start doing, they don't plan in the morning. Like as you said, plan. If they're planning, you mentioned about somebody, so you mentioned about advice. And that advice, go to them too. Because kitchen people, they don't take advice. I'm telling you the truth. If you advise them on what to do, they will not listen to you. They don't have listening ear.
Kitchen are going back.
Yes, you have seen it.
Okay.
You know? So my advice is to them, follow from that. They don't take advice.
Okay, let you know talk first before they respond.
Enough, talk.
Area.
Yes.
It's very important
Louder.
because food.
Louder, louder.
Are you not hearing laughs? I was there when they said night
8 to 9.
to 9. Then lunch is
2 to 3.
2 to 3. But sometimes
Opinion that please, let's go back to normal
Standard.
standard.
Anyway, let's identify.
So that the guest them to be doing the work. So we know there will not be you get the guest when you something there, but we will do the work and
Maybe they do give like 7 kg. It should make it maybe at maybe 9 or 10 kg. Yeah, when you give 9 or 10 kg,
I am giving a guest in his plate 150 grams of rice. Why should I give you 200 grams? A guest who is paying money, I'm giving 150 grams. Why should I give you 200 grams?
fine.
Sure, you make fast.
Hold on. First, I'll tell the management they're trying their best.
It's done a lot. Yes, sir. A lot of people, a lot of companies, they laid off a lot of people. You understand? These times that we are not living are not, he doesn't want people to stay here. You understand? It is the nature of the what? Of the business. It is the nature of the business, the cheese. Are you getting me? So you should understand that if an individual is also trying, you don't have to put him is. You people, you think say I don't want to be eating bacon this in the morning, eat this. You think say I don't want to be eating like that. I'm a reasonable human being. I getting me?
Yes, sir.
You people should be understanding and be thankful for what this man has done. This is work. You sacrifice. I was talking to not what was budgeted for. Are you people understanding? It's one thing to demand this. It's one thing. You understand? You guys should understand this man.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, I'm happy for that.
So,
James now.
we are all smiling now. And we thank God that we are going to be receiving good news any moment from now. So, with no other questions and any other stuff, let's call it a day.
Thank
I love
you.
you guys. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Mama, enter.